Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Scatch here, and today I'm going to go ahead and talk to you all about your QPA, which is going to be about building your own SMART goals with regard to the health issues that you have identified in this very first unit. Okay, so basically, for those of you who do not know what a SMART goal is, SMART goals are a way of going and taking the actual goals and things that we want to do, but actually making them more specific to our own needs and actually making us feel like that we're going and actually making progress toward the issues that we have identified within ourselves. S is going to stand for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for relevant, and T stands for time. So through the course of our very first unit that we did, you probably ended up realizing that there was something that you should do to go ahead and improve your health in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's going and eating better. Maybe it's going and exercising more. Maybe it's going and sleeping. Maybe it's doing something to take care of your mental needs or your social needs or your financial needs. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that general idea and you are going to first in the SMART goal, go and make it more specific. I'm going to use sleeping as an example for this. So if you have identified in the lessons that we learned, you know what, I should probably be going and sleeping a little bit more. Think about how many hours you are sleeping now and how many hours you realistically can get on a regular basis before the end of this semester. So for example, if you were getting, let's say 4 to 6 hours of sleep per night, let's go ahead and take that goal of sleeping more and make it more specific. So you're going to say, by the end of this month, I am going to sleep 7 hours a night for at least 4 days a week. Now, the next step of going and taking this goal is to make it measurable, which I already ended up doing in this specific step, but sometimes people need to go and do a little bit more. So as an example, with this SMART goal of getting more sleep, you're making it measurable by putting that number attached to it. I am going to go and get 7 hours of sleep. I'm going to go and get 8 hours of sleep. This is something you are going and doing a certain number of times. Now, your next step is actually taking this goal and making it something that is attainable for you. So what is something that you can do to go ahead and get more sleep, or whatever it is, whatever the goal is that you have in front of you? So for example, if you know that going on devices past a certain time is keeping you awake, then you can say, I am going to go and get 7 hours of sleep a night for at least 4 days a week by going and turning off my devices by 8 p.m. every single night. Now, the next step to your creating your SMART goal is going to be its relevance. And I want you to think about it being relevant to improving at least 1 or 2 dimensions of your wellness, depending on the project that you have. So, is getting more sleep, is it relevant to your physical health? Is it relevant to your emotional health? Is it relevant to your social or your financial well-being? For me, I would say yes. Getting more sleep is relevant to my physical health because I am able to feel better rested through the course of the day. Getting more sleep is going to lower my cortisol levels, which is going to assist in my physical health and well-being, or whatever reason that you have. So the last step of your SMART goal is going to be about time. In other words, when do you want to achieve this goal by? I don't want you to think of something really big and long and expansive. I want you to take this really big, long, expansive goal you have and break it into smaller parts. So what are some of the things that you could personally work on right now? And ideally, the goal is going to be able to be achieved before the end of May. But if you want to extend it out a little bit, that's fine. Just try to keep it within the course of the year. What you are going to be doing next is you are going to take all the parts of your SMART goal and you're going to put them into this SMART goal organizer that I do have for you. And then you're going to take all of these parts of the SMART goal and go ahead and put them together into one singular document. Remember, your SMART goal should not be anything longer than maybe a couple sentences. And now after you take this SMART goal and you create it, you are going to be doing this assignment called QPA, improving my health. And I'm going to chunk this project into 4 separate parts. The first part you should have already done with creating your SMART goal. The second step is going to be creating this mission and vision board. The third step is going to be creating a product that you could use to actually keep track of your progress to your goal over the course of the semester. And step 4 is submitting all of your artifacts and all of these parts in Google Classroom. Now that you've gotten your first part of doing this QPA, improving my health, SMART goal project, you're going to be getting the second chunk of this assignment, which is going to be outlined right here. Doing this part of the project, I'm going to say it's probably going to be the most time intensive section because you do have different parts to going in creating it, which is going to be a mission and vision board. Your mission and vision board does need to include the SMART goal itself, an action plan with action steps for going and achieving the goal, resources and tools that you need to go and complete this goal, my mission, which is going to be asking you 3 questions about why this goal is important to you, how is this creating a protective factor or eliminating a risk factor, and why does this goal improve other dimensions of your wellness that'll help increase that score on the wellness continuum. You're going to want to have your goal completion date. You want barriers to you achieving this goal and how you're going to overcome those barriers. You want to talk about the dimensions of wellness that you are going and improving, and you also want to talk about your long-term vision and basically how this long-term vision is going to be the thing that keeps you going forward. This step, once again, it's the most time intensive, but it is very well outlined for you. I suggest you go on and create your own template with something like Canva, or if you have another platform or other means you want to do it, that's fine. The other option that you do have is I have created a template for you on Google Slides where you could easily plug and chug this information in. And now the third chunk to you going and creating this QPA, improving my health assignment, is to actually take the time to create some kind of a product or tool that you can use to go ahead and track your progress toward this goal. Now, this does not necessarily have to be a Google document or something that you go and build by hand. It could even be researching to find a specific tool that you want to use. For example, if you want to go and get more sleep every night, what are some apps that are out there that you could use to go and track your sleep so that way you can go and see your patterns? If you want to improve your grades, what are some of the tools that you can use to go and keep track of assignments or to keep track of due dates or progress and deadlines? So make sure you are, first of all, including that mission and vision board, and make sure that you are also attaching that product that you're going to use. And if it's an app or a tool, how are you going to use this product? And make sure you are including screenshots so I could see that. And the last part of you going and doing this QPA, it's the shortest part. It's actually going into Google Classroom and submitting all of the documents. So remember part 1 where I outlined the SMART goal for you. I'm not actually going and grading this. You do not need to attach it, but that SMART goal does need to be included in your mission and vision board. Please make sure that that mission and vision board is attached into Google Classroom so that way I can see it and I can overview it. If you look on the assignment sheet, I actually made an example for you to go and reference. After you do the mission and vision board, what you're going to want to do next is submit the product you created to keep track of your progress toward your goal for the next 2.5 months. And the last step that you have in there is to submit everything in Google Classroom. Now, please, once again, if you have any questions, please text me and remind. You can also send me a quick email to askatch@pinkertonacademy.org, and I look forward to helping you through this assignment. Thank you so much. Have a good day.